Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. Here we are together again on the radio. We've talked on this program many times about pregnancy. You know, this show is probably the first show in the country to regularly advocate something called a Hail Mary, where you get a chick to have an abortion by telling her that you're not ready yet to have kids, but later, if the two of you are married, you, of course, intend to have kids and the white picket fence and everything. And when you finally talk her into having the abortion and she has it, then you dump her. Hail Mary. Talk about that. We talk about preventing pregnancy on the program and guys wearing rubbers. I mean, we talk about the subject of pregnancy a lot. One thing I've talked about on the air is how there are little time bombs that men have out there. Some of us have them, some of us don't, but none of us knows which ones have them, which ones don't, till the bomb drops. You know what I'm talking about? Come on. Everybody had too much to drink at one time or another and forgot to use the condom. Everybody had a one-night stand at some point with somebody. And figured, what the hell, I'm at the Denver airport in the bathroom, what the hell, we'll just go for it and move on. Everybody has had a situation that they just walk away and hope for the best. Some of us never think about it. Some of us suddenly wake up in a cold sweat, realizing that out there somewhere could be a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 15-year-old, a blah, blah, blah. By the same token, there are women who get pregnant and then don't tell. People who might want to know. They hide their pregnancy. There's various ways and reasons you would hide a pregnancy. For example, you don't want your parents to find out. You're going to have the abortion, and you just keep it quiet until you can get that done. One day you say you're going to the spa or something like that, and in reality, there you go, have the procedure done, buy yourself a Cosmo, go home, sit there and recover for a day or two, and then move on. Nobody ever knows. Sometimes you get knocked up by that bartender who he was giving you free drinks. You got behind the bar and got frisky one night after a few too many Jaegers, and suddenly you came out of it knocked up. He doesn't know it happened. Maybe you don't even remember his name. Maybe you do remember his name, but you don't want him telling you what to do or not do. You don't want him telling you to have an abortion or not have an abortion. You don't want him telling you what school the kid's going to go to or whatever. So he doesn't know. And you don't tell. Sometimes you're dating one person, but you fell into the arms of another for an evening. Now you don't know who the father is. You're knocked up. One person knows, the other doesn't. Nobody knows. Maybe your best friend knows, but everybody else doesn't know. How about this one? You're an adult, and you're not talking to your parents, and you're pregnant, and you're going to have a baby. But your parents are about to become grandparents, but you don't think they deserve to know about it. So they have no idea this is about to happen. I mean, you see, there's a million reasons why women hide pregnancies. I do think the number one, and maybe I'll be proven wrong here, I think the number one reason women hide pregnancies is because they want to have a baby, and they don't want the guy who knocked them up telling them not to, or telling them they can't, or interfering in any way, or demanding visitation, or suing for custody, or anything. And I think a lot of you girls just get knocked up, and the guy never hears from you again, and he's never the wiser. There's a lot of kids out there right now who will never know who their father is. If, ladies, indeed, you know who the father is. So I want to know if you have hidden or you are hiding a pregnancy from anybody. I want to know who you're hiding it from and why. I think we're going to get quite the variety of stories here. 1-800-5800-TOM.
I'd just like to say the only way the pull-out method works in contraception is when you're pulling out of her mouth.
The Tom Leykis Show. Have you hidden a pregnancy? Elaine, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, Tom, I wanted to call you and tell you that I heard your opinions on why you think women hide pregnancies.
Yeah.
And
I just gave some examples. There's probably a million reasons why women hide them.
I'm sure. Well, when I was a teenager, I hid a pregnancy only because I didn't want anyone to know. I was totally embarrassed, and I just wanted to have an abortion, and that was it, and forget about it.
So did anybody know?
No. My mother.
Your mother knew?
That was it. She was the only one I told.
How did she react?
I don't know. She just kind of said, okay, let's take care of this. I don't want you ruining your life. And that's it. And now we're going to obviously have to talk because you don't know enough.
All right, so you had the abortion. How'd it work out?
It worked out fine. No one was ever the wiser. This is the first time I've ever spoken about it, maybe in about 17 years.
Who was the guy who knocked you up?
My boyfriend.
Oh, your boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
And he never knew?
No.
And how long did the relationship last after that?
About a year.
Another year?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What do you think he would have said if he knew?
I don't know. I think, he was one of those sensitive types. So.
You were afraid he might say, I don't want you to have an abortion.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is scary. That was scarier than anything else.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't want to ruin myself, ruin my reputation or anything. It was just a major mistake. And I just wanted to move on from there.
Thank you, Elaine.
Pardon?
Thank you, I said. Thank you. I appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Kate on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello. Kate? All right, we'll go looking for Kate. We'll say hi to CD on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, CD.
I'm hoping maybe you could give me and my husband a suggestion. My husband had a one-night stand on me, and she got pregnant, and she hid the pregnancy for 5 years from him until she found out that my husband had a trucking company and that him and I were going to get married. And now she's mailing him for all the child support and and won't give visitation or nothing. What can we do?
Get a good lawyer. That's all you can do. I mean, visitation, there's no way she can keep you from getting visitation unless she can prove your husband's a mass murderer or something really, really terrible. As far as child support is concerned, child support, that's the law.
Even though she hid it from him.
You know what? I agree with your concept that she shouldn't have had the right to hide it. And if it didn't claim it I say if you don't claim it within 6 months, you lose it. That's my attitude about it. But the law is she can come back on the day before the kid's 18th birthday and say, you owe me 17 years and 364 days of child support, plus interest. And the court will back her up. And it's outrageous, but they do it.
Okay, thank you, Tom.
Get a good lawyer, CD.
Will do. Thank you.
Okay. Boy. Yikes. Have you hidden a pregnancy? 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Lisa.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Lisa.
Well, let's see. Many years ago, I got pregnant, and probably was the worst situation a woman can place herself in. I've always said only uneducated women get pregnant because, A, they're not pursuing a career, or they don't know how to use contraceptives. I ended up being that exact woman. while I was in graduate school, everything else on top of it.
So is it that you didn't know how to use contraception, or you just said, I'll just skip it this time?
I got fooled, and I was naive, so I just went...
How did you get fooled?
Oh, Tom, you know how it is.
No, I don't.
Well, let's just say that a woman my age wasn't experienced enough, so he kind of persuaded me to believe that I wouldn't, I'm telling you.
You wouldn't get pregnant if you only did it once.
Yes, darling, that's exactly right.
That line, okay.
So, nevertheless, I got pregnant, and I had just had my breast augmentation done. So there I was, thinking that I'm throwing up because of all the medicine. No, that wasn't the case. I was pregnant. So I went in, and they did that little procedure on me, but they kind of missed it, and they sent me home. 2 months pregnant. 3 months later, Lisa's still pregnant. I'll tell you one thing. If there's all the things that anyone ever says about women and all the pathetic stories we hear about them, sad as it is, there's one thing that I survived, and it was that terrible experience, and it made me such a better woman. I never want to be pregnant again, and I still love to, but I do not ever want to be in that position again, to hide it, to run from it, and to be in pain from it. It's a terrible position to be in, and I just had to tell you that.
Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate the call. Wow. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Ever hidden a pregnancy? Ever been a victim of someone who hid a pregnancy? Dennis on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Yeah, hi. I have 2 daughters, and I'm afraid that one of them is not mine.
Why do you think that?
Because my girlfriend was floozy.
Right, but why do you think it's all... how do you know both of your daughters aren't yours?
Well, let me put it this way. My daughter is a exact duplicate of me, and the one that I think is not mine looks like somebody else.
Why didn't you have a DNA test done?
Good question.
You should. Why wonder about that?
Well, I thought in the beginning that my daughter, the first daughter, who's 15 now, was mine. And after things went the way they went, I found out that I didn't trust her, and we're divorced, of course. And but
wait a minute. You called her your girlfriend, but now you say you're divorced. Were you married or not?
No, we're divorced right now.
So you were married?
Yes, we were.
So who is your girlfriend?
Oh, no, we were together for quite a while.
You were together without being married for a long time?
Yeah.
So, how old is your second daughter?
13.
So you were not married at the time you had the second daughter. You got married after that?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
I don't know.
And you're paying child support, I imagine?
Yep, for both.
And you never bothered to get a DNA test? I don't see why you wouldn't do that.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the law is. Right.
Well, look, regardless of the law, you were married when you were not married when the second one was born, though. So I think you need to see an attorney about that. But first, you need to find out if that girl is yours.
I guess I could. And
if for no other reason, then come on, don't you look at her a little funny when you think that she's not your daughter?
And, the worst part is, I said, I actually told her, I said, her name is Erica, and I said, Erica, I don't believe you're my daughter.
You said that to your daughter?
Yes, I did.
What did she say to that?
Dad, what do you say? No, she's really upset about it.
Why did you say that before you had any evidence?
Because I was an angry man.
Uh-huh. Imagine if you found out now she is your daughter. That's a pretty hurtful thing to say before you know.
Okay. I'm just answering your question.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying you should do this as soon as possible.
Okay.
If only to settle that in your mind. Then, if you're not the father and you want to do something about it, you should see an attorney immediately.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what the laws are in the state of Maryland. I don't know, but if I were you, I'd find out.
Yeah, I guess so. I'll get myself a lawyer and
well, first things
the
first.
DNA testing, right?
First things first. Get the DNA test first.
Right.
I mean, maybe a moot point. Maybe she is your daughter.
Could be.
Find out.
Okay.
Good luck.
All right. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Dennis. Wow. 1-800-5800-TOM. Jason, hello.
Hello, Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing okay, Jason.
Got something to share with you. This is back in '98. I was in college, and I was with this girl for about 5 or 6 weeks and got tired of her. And we had sex quite a bit, and I didn't hear from her for 8 or 9 months. And she went back home. And study group, this is my last semester in college, we had a big study group, and I was like, yeah, where are you from? Where are you from? This one guy in the study group from the same town this girl was. I said, oh, I know somebody from there. I said, oh, you know Lisa? Oh, yeah, I know Lisa. She went back home and had her baby. I'm like, she did? So I was sitting there going, I said, when she had her baby? Oh, just recently. So I started counting back, and I said, it's been like 8 or 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
I turned ghost white. And he looked at me and says, is it yours? No, it's not mine. It's not mine. But to this day, I still don't know because I pretty much, that I know of, was the only person with this girl. And it's been about 5 years, and to this day, I'm so afraid that I'm going to get a phone call or a knock on my door.
So it's like a time bomb. It's out there. How long ago was this?
98.
98.
5 years.
So this is 5 years, and you slid through 5 years so far without getting that call.
Yeah, and I was listening to the triplets a couple months ago, and I found out that one of the guys has a kid like 6 years down the road.
Isn't that amazing?
I'm just so afraid to this day I'm going to get a knock on my door or a phone call or something.
You just might.
The Tom Leykis Show. Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles, 1-800-5800-TOM. Have you hidden a pregnancy? Lisa on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hello. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey, I was listening to you as I always do, and I heard you talking about this pregnancy thing, and I was cracking up laughing because I was just thinking of all the times I've done a couple of things.
What have you done?
What I've done is I've dealt with, guys. You know how for myself, in dealing with guys, I can tell if a guy has a girlfriend or married. I think most women can. They just deny it. They don't, they don't really care. For myself, really, I don't care as long as I'm getting things that I want, or if I know that I'm not trying to have a relationship, which I tell the person up front, just having a good time. I'm 25 years old. So I have guys who they still lie. They still lie. So to basically get them back, and that's some of the times, or if a guy does me wrong.
You mean they lie about being married or having a girlfriend?
Yes. And, I'm tired of dealing with them. What I do is I tell them I'm pregnant. And the more scared they get, the more money I ask for. And I have gotten lots of money in doing it. And
how much have you gotten? How much have you gotten from how many guys?
One time I got $17,000 from this one guy. And what he did was he sold his car, and he basically, I told him, I said, well, I'm in my, I'm not sure. I go back and forth and say, you know what, I'm going to do it. Then I say, I'm not sure, but I'm missing school. I'm going to have to pay for this semester. I make anything up, okay? Oh, I'm going to have to get a surgery done because I'm so far along. I don't want to see you, I don't want you to come with me because I can't take it's so much pain, just the fact that I'm getting rid of my baby. I do it all, okay? The most I've gotten is $17,000 at once.
Wow.
And then I never call the guy again. And then every time he tries to call, I say, you know what, you were irresponsible just as I was, and I don't think that we should talk anymore. And the thing is, we use condoms. But of course, you know, they bust. You know, I don't know what happened, how this could have happened, and you know, and they're so frantic. Some guys never call again.
Now, do you do this to get money, or you're just getting back at guys who you think have been mean to you?
I do it for both, and I haven't done it to guys who aren't nice, who aren't mean to me though. Like guys who I just said, you know, we just didn't work out, or we just decided to be friends, or you know, we had sex and that was fine, and that was, you know, since I wasn't looking for a relationship anyway, you know, who cares? But you have guys who lie. Their lies don't even add up, you know. And then I've had the first time that I did it. This is how it started. I was dating a guy who was married. He kept saying he wasn't married. I had only dated him for about a month. And, you know, he told me he wasn't married. He had been engaged once, but she was still ugly about it. So I told him, I don't care as long as you don't get me involved. That means she shouldn't know where I live and all of that because, you know, they had a kid together. So I come out of my house, and guess what? My windows bust and my tires are slashed. I can't prove who did it, but I know it had something to do with him because I was only seeing him. So that was the guy I got the $17,000 from. Because come to find out, he was married, and I was going to get my car repaired no matter what.
Do you think his wife did that?
I know his wife did. She started coming to my job, and initially he told me he was engaged, but he broke it off, and she was, you know, she was a little hurt, but she, you know, doesn't have anything to do with it because we had a run-in when we were in the store, and he, you know, I went to the car because I don't really get into that kind of stuff. You know, I'm not your girlfriend. I'm just sleeping with you, and we're having a good time. So you don't, you know, so I'll walk away if I see you talking to another chick, you know, because you guys are friends or whatever, because I don't need to be in that, because this isn't permanent. This is fun. And so when all those things happened to my vehicle, you know, I felt like he wasn't totally honest. And when she came to my job and she was nice and she was trying to explain to me, I kept telling her I didn't know him. And that pissed her off even more, because that's just the type of girl I am. If your wife pulled me up or your girlfriend pulled me up, I would act like I didn't even know you. And I would just deal with you and say, hey, you know what, you need to deal with that. Now, you and I can't talk anymore because you know, you brought drama to my life, and I'm not for drama. So basically, I did it the first time just to get my car repaired. And ever since then, it's been an ongoing thing for guys who treat me bad or, you know, who try to treat me bad. You know, and the thing is, they get so scared, they'll give you anything. You know?
Do you have any idea what the total amount is that you've gotten from all these guys?
It's you know, it's been as small as, like, with one guy, it may have been, I've never gotten less than 1,000, and the most I've gotten is 17,000, and I've done it at least 8 times. Because I actually get, like, notes and paperwork from a friend of mine who work at the abortion clinic.
So maybe $30,000?
At least more than that.
More than that?
Because I got 17 once. And then I've gotten, like, all, you know, I've paid, you know, what I do is I just set a goal in mind. I'm like, okay, since he pissed me off, he's going to pay for my semester at school this year. He's going to pay. Because he could have just been truthful and not brought me in mess. You know, I don't have any children. I live alone, you know, things like that. So, you know, hey, I've gotten at least 50, I would say at least 50 grand.
Hang on a second here, Lisa. Holly, what do you want to say to Lisa?
I think you have got to be the stupidest bitch I've ever heard in my life.
No, you're stupid because you didn't think of it first, bitch. You're hating. You're hating.
Well, you know, I said, hey, shut up.
They want, I'm going to do what I want.
I'd come over there and kick your ass so fast right now.
You know, you must be a fat, ugly bitch. Because you're the one who hates me.
Yeah, whatever. I make my own money.
She must be fat and ugly. She must be fat and ugly. Because I make $50 grand a year, and I make people pay.
You know, you got the biggest...
Hey, don't hate. You should have thought of it.
I don't hate. I don't hate you.
Probably made
I don't hate you. I'm so sorry for you.
She probably has about 10 kids. She probably would get 10 kids. Would get 7.
You know, you're just a effing whore. That's all you are.
Call me what you want.
I sit here.
What I want.
I know. I will. I will call you what I want. I sit here sometimes thinking, God, why does Tom have to talk like that? Why does he give out the advice he does? Because they're arguing. Shut up. There are decent women out there, whether they have kids or not. Just shut up. You just run in your mouth. That's all you do.
Whatever.
Yeah, see? If that's what you say when you can't think of anything, whatever. That's what my 17-year-old daughter says. Whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Hey, you need to get your 17-year-old trick in order because it's going to be games out there, and if she doesn't know how to play the game, she's going to get played.
You know, nothing you say can hurt me, all right?
Whatever.
It's really sad that you do what you do.
Okay? Because it's nothing but tricks and treats out there. She's either going to get one or the other. Okay?
You know, you're just
Don't
a stupid whore. That's all you are.
Whatever. You're hating. Don't hate. Please.
Yeah, and I've heard you on the radio before, so you're not only a whore, you're an attention whore.
Whatever you say.
Thank you. You're right. I'm glad you agree.
How old are you?
I really do.
How old are you? 35, 40? These are one of the hatred, the ones that are out of shape now.
I'm happily married. I make $75,000. Whatever.
She only has a 17-year-old, so she must be at least 40 if she wasn't a whore when she had a kid, okay?
No. No, I'm not 40.
You're hating because I'm young and can do what I want, and you're old, fat, and you have an old little girl who's out there.
You want to meet right now? You want to see if I'm fat or not? You want to meet? I'm on the freeway. I'm on my way home. I got nothing but
your voice. You're
nothing but time.
You don't even sound like you're fat and you're old. You're
whatever.
Fat and you're old.
Then meet me. Then meet me.
You're fat and you're old.
I want to thank both of you for elevating the level of conversation here.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Any guy who opens the door for a girl is just asking for trouble. You know what? I'd have no problem opening the door for a girl as long as she was polishing my knob when I was done.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Bruce. Hello.
Hello, Tom. How are you?
Okay, Bruce.
Good. I'm telling you something. That's the most deplorable thing I've ever heard. She's an extortionist. It was just out of control.
You ever have a woman call you and tell you she's having an abortion and she needs money? Ever wonder if it was true?
It's never happened to me. I've kept my nose clean.
There was only one time a chick told me she wanted money for an abortion, and I had questions about it. And so she was stupid enough to believe that, and I told her this. I said, oh, I'll tell you what, when you have the abortion, I'm going to need the receipt because I need it for my records for taxes. Now, of course, you can't write off a medical procedure on anybody who's not in your immediate family. But I actually got her to cough up a receipt for her abortion.
Right. Wow.
So I knew I hadn't been ripped off.
Well, it's quite unfortunate. I had to turn it off, but I actually heard her say that she's got a friend that's collaborating with her on this extortion.
Yes. She has a friend who works like at the abortion clinic, I think I heard her say.
Yeah. Well, I strongly disagree with your view on abortion, but that's another subject. But I can't believe that this woman is proud of this. And it's nothing more than extortion. It's just, it's unacceptable.
Well, you know what? We say a lot of things about women. Now you're hearing my reasons for feeling that way.
I understand completely.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thanks for taking my call, Tom.
Appreciate the call. Jamie on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
All right, Jamie.
Well, I just wanted to comment on that one girl that called in that was using the guys for the money. First of all, she's like the type of girl that makes men hate women. She I do not like that girl at all. And then the other lady who called in, calling her a bitch and everything, that was so immature of her. That was just, she has a 17-year-old daughter and she's just trying to just call this lady a bitch and all that stuff. That was so out of line, I think.
I was enjoying listening to it, though, I must say.
Oh, yeah, well, that's
I love when grown people act immature. I really do.
Yeah, it was really, I never listen to your show, but my boyfriend does all the time. And I don't know, he's all watch, you're going to be calling in. And so, yeah, I did, because that was so out of line. That woman is just, she needs, I don't know. She's out of line.
Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Robert on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom. How's it going?
Okay, Robert.
Good. My situation is my oldest daughter, I'm pretty confident that it's not my child. However, I'm kind of in a catch-22.
You're confident because of how she looks or for other reasons?
Twofold. Because she looks nothing like me, and right after I initially got married, my wife had to leave the country, and she was out of the country for about a month and a half. And when she came back, we were immediately pregnant, and that's the primary.
And then she had the baby prematurely.
Well, it was exactly 11 months from the date we got married. So, there's some gray area in there, and then. Finally, I was getting a divorce, and we got pregnant again, and I said, okay, I want a DNA test on this child, and immediately she looked at me and said, why, who have you been talking to? And I said, talking to about what? And immediately she changed the subject. But
why didn't you have the test done?
because I had talked to an attorney when I was getting the divorce and expressed my concerns to the attorney, and the attorney basically told me as soon as the kid comes out and calls you daddy, the courts don't give a what the DNA test results are.
Right. Well, that's true, but still, you at least would know.
That's true, but unfortunately, my daughter would also know what a floozy her mother is, and I mean, I wouldn't want to go through that, knowing that my father, who I think is my father, isn't really my father. And
well, if nothing else, don't you think she'll want like medical history and stuff like that of her real father?
That's possible. I don't know that that's something that she could get, but that's possible. Yeah, but
depends on whether your wife is willing to give up your ex-wife is willing to give up the information.
Yeah, exactly, which is probably highly unlikely. Because knowing this lady, she would probably go to her grave claiming. One thing I would like to say, though, the first time that we separated should have been the last time. The initial separation would have cost me $25,000 plus about $1,000 a month support.
Mm-hmm.
Second separation cost me over $100,000 and $3,000 a month support. So anybody who's out there who's having problems, get out.
That's right. Just get the goddamn divorce and be done with it.
Exactly. Don't let the grass grow, because the more they get a hold of you, the deeper and deeper you get into it.
You are absolutely right about that, Robert. Thank you very much for the call.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800.
I don't think you're anything like your air personality.
Maybe this is just a small slice of the whole pot.
Good or bad?
I guess I have to leave that up to the rest of humanity to decide.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. It's Phyllis on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
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 Hi. I just called in because I agree with that lady that called in, the 25-year-old, where she says she played the guys. I feel like the same way she do. If the guys can play the females, why can't the females play the guys?
So have you done this?
No, I've never done it. But thinking about it, make me want to go out here and do it. She gave me a couple of ideas.
Really? So you're thinking about doing it?
And the other lady that called in and called her a slut, she just mad because she can't do it. Maybe she in a relationship where she just can't have but one man, and she's so scared of losing him.
So you're ready now to start extorting money out of men who you've had sex with?
It's like this. Only if they deserve it. If a guy can dug a female out, I feel like she should turn around and do the same thing to him.
All right, Phyllis. Thank you so much. This is Hannah. Hannah, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Hannah.
I was just calling in to comment about the woman that was taking the money from the men.
Yes.
And it's nothing that I would ever do or have ever done, but I have to. What's that?
But
I have to say though that it may not be something that I would ever do or that I agree with, but well, I just think that there are so many men out there, and you preach this in your Leykis 101. You preach that so many different things that women aren't smart, or women aren't good enough, or that men should take advantage of women. So why not a woman take advantage of a man?
Well, you know what? I'm just going to say it. Dean, you mind if I reveal what you just told me in here, Dean? Dean's head is in the clouds. I'm going to reveal it. Do you mind if I reveal what you just told me about what you told one chick to get back at her? Yeah. Dean had a way to one-up chicks who do this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He told one chick he wasn't sure, but he thought he was HIV positive.
Well, that's not right either, though.
Oh, well, you got to fight fire with fire. You throw a spitball at me, I'm dropping a nuclear weapon on you. There you go. Our email address, tom@blowmeuptom.com.
The Tom Leykis Show.